Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Julie Chrisley becomes card shark in prison. Julie Chrisley, 52, rose to fame for participating in the hit reality show Chrisley Knows Best. She has been married to her husband Todd since 1996. The reality TV show followed the close-knit family and their lavish lifestyle. The Chrisleys portrayed themselves as real estate tycoons when, in reality, they were committing a bank fraud scheme and defrauding the American government through tax evasion. Julie and her husband were found guilty in June 2022 and sentenced to prison. So how is the reality star settling into her prison sentence? Keep reading to find out. Julie Chrisley convicted of fraud. Chrisley Knows Best followed Julie Chrisley and her family as they lived a lavish lifestyle in Atlanta, J, and Nashville, TN. At the height of its popularity, the show had over 2 million viewers and spawned multiple spin-off shows. However, things took a turn in 2022 when the show was renewed for its 10th season. It came to light that Julie and her husband Todd had been committing bank fraud and tax evasion. Julie and her husband defrauded banks of more than $30 million in fraudulent loans. They went through a very public trial and were eventually found guilty. Julie Chrisley reported to serve her 7-year prison sentence on January 17, 2023. Chrisley appealed her case and was granted an appeal. However, she was resentenced to the same 84 months she had received in her first trial. Fans have been eager to keep up with Julie as she serves her time at FNC Lexington in Kentucky. Julie's daughter Savannah often offers glimpses into her parents' current situation on her podcast, Unlocked. Julie's daughter Savannah Chrisley recently had a former inmate of FNC Lexington on her podcast, who offered an inside look at Julie Chrisley's daily life in prison. Savannah was joined by Sharita Mona, who served 8 months alongside Savannah's mother, Julie. Julie Chrisley settles into prison. Sharita Mona recalled one of her first encounters with Julie Chrisley after she turned herself in. She said Julie smiled, but you could tell she was in deep thought, she shared. She was thinking about getting where she had to go, and a few people spoke to her, but she was to her. She was by herself and kinda just with herself. She was real quiet. Julie soon settled into her new reality. Sharita Mona referred to Julie Chrisley as a little card shark. She explained, she was playing cards, and so she played cards with some girls I was friends with, and they said, "Oh, we gotta introduce you to Julie." And so we spoke, but they were, like, deep into their game. Sharita explained that a few weeks later she and Julie began to work together, and they connected on a deeper level. Sharita offered an insight into Julie Chrisley's state of mind while in prison. She said, "She's worried about you all. She loves you all. You are her world." Savannah Chrisley confirmed that her mother has always been super present for her and her siblings. She continued that they never had to doubt if their mom would show up for them. During the episode of Unlocked, Savannah received a call from Julie. She expressed to her daughter that she was happy she was able to connect with Sharita Mona, and the mother exchanged I love yous with her daughter and let her know she would reach out the next day. When Julie Chrisley first stepped behind the gates of FNC Lexington, Kentucky's federal medical prison for women, few could have imagined how drastically her life was about to change. Gone were the polished Southern matriarch routines, the designer handbags, and the endless trays of sugar cookies she lovingly baked on Chrisley Knows Best. What replaced them? A weathered deck of cards, a metal table in the rec room, and a weekly poker night that turned the reality star into an unexpected prison legend. They call her Queen of Hearts now, not because she wears her emotions on her sleeve, but because she's made a name for herself as a cunning, cold-eyed card shark. And in a world where small wins mean everything, Julie's new poker prowess has earned her respect, protection, and, believe it or not, a new sense of purpose. It started innocently enough. The prison offered a Thursday evening card night to give the women a break from routine. Julie, craving a distraction from the gray sameness of incarceration, and the ache of separation from her family. Signed up with little expectation. She figured it might be a way to socialize, to keep her mind sharp. She didn't expect to win. She definitely didn't expect to keep winning. At first, the other inmates saw her as easy pickings. Fancy blonde with a reality show background and a high-profile tax evasion charge? She wouldn't know a flush from a foot scrub. One inmate, known simply as Darlene, had scoffed. That night, Julie cleaned her out with a straight flush and a sugary smile that masked steely calculation. By the end of the month, the whispers began. She's got to tell. No, she doesn't. That woman could be a professional. She reads people like a therapist in a Gucci blouse. Julie didn't just play cards. She studied, observed, adapted. If motherhood and TV taught her anything, it was how to read faces, listen carefully, and never underestimate anyone's motives. It turns out those same skills translate seamlessly into poker strategy. The prison guards started noticing it too. Julie wasn't just playing, she was building a following. Women who once kept to their bunks now hovered near her during recreation hours, hoping to be on her team in spades or sit at her table in Texas Hold'em. She became a kind of dormitory celebrity. Some even said she had a sixth sense. She'd fold right before disaster, or go all in with a pair of twos and walk away with the pot. Julie claimed it was just intuition and prayer. But the cards told a story, and so did the look in her eyes. Calm, calculated, confident. Behind bars, everything is about power. And in that small, contained world, Julie Chrisley found a way to wield it. Through a deck of 52 cards, she created her own empire. She didn't need money. She traded snacks, laundry favors, even prime shower slots. One week, she won someone's hair straightener in a game of rummy. That straightener became the most in-demand contraband of the month. Julie didn't hoard these wins. She shared. She helped new inmates learn the rules, gave away her winnings to those who needed them more, and taught kindness along with card tricks. The former reality star had unexpectedly morphed into something else entirely, a mentor. But not everything was sweet tea and full houses. Julie's rise in the card world brought jealousy. There were whispers that someone might try to sabotage her games. At one point, a rival player accused her of marking cards. The guards investigated, but nothing was found. Julie kept her cool. They want to tear down what they can't beat, she told her bunkmate, a woman named Rosa with a tattoo of an owl on her neck. That's not new to me. I've lived that life in front of cameras. Still, Julie remained vigilant. She never played alone, never repeated her moves too often, and always made sure her table was surrounded by women she trusted. Trust in prison is rarer than gold. Todd, her husband, reportedly hears all about it from his own prison block. Rumor has it he jokingly calls her Lady Maverick when they speak in reference to the poker-playing heroine of that old Western series. Their children, especially Savannah, are said to be both amused and oddly proud. She's always been smart and strategic, Savannah said during a recent podcast. Now she's just doing it with cards instead of checkbooks. What began as a pastime became a transformation. Julie, who once felt lost and broken in the early days of incarceration, found a sliver of herself again in the game of cards. It gave her structure, camaraderie, and even a strange kind of joy. She found laughter in the shuffle, purpose in the strategy, and resilience in the risk. Her Wednesday night poker games have become so popular that inmates sign up weeks in advance. There's even talk of a tournament being organized, with Julie as the top seed naturally. She's teaching classes now, too. Card strategy and confidence.